17 on this Friday. Several Democratic Arizona mayors will meet today to talk about COVID-19 cases rising across our state. So joining us this morning, we have Flagstaff Mayor Coral Evans. Mayor Evans, I want to thank you for being with us this morning. My first question for you, we know Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego has repeatedly called on Governor Doug Ducey to issue a statewide mask mandate. Do you support Mayor Gallego's stance on this, and why?
I definitely support her stance on this. I'm happy to join her and other mayors across the state. Right now, we need clear, direct leadership when it comes to COVID, as we can see from the rising numbers. I also want to say that, COVID is not a partisan issue. When you look at the state's dashboard and you see the numbers that they are reporting, the only number that they do not report is who has died of COVID, who is Republican, and who has died of COVID that is Democrat. So I want to make sure we're clear with that, because you started out with Democratic mayors.
That's right. Well, I was just pointing out the fact that this coalition that you formed of mayors, you all happen to be Democrats. And for the governor's perspective, he says, well, about 90% of the state is already under a mask mandate, whether it's with county and whether with city. And we know that Coconino County and Flagstaff both have those mask mandates in place. Now, one of the issues that some people have is they wonder, if there were to be a statewide mask mandate, how exactly would that be enforced?
Well, I think that one of the things we need to do is really educate people as the importance of masks. Since this started in March, there has been leaders that have not been wearing masks. There are leaders that have been wearing masks. People are saying that masks only work for the individual who's wearing it, or some masks don't work at all. I think first and foremost, we need to get clarity that masks do work, and we need to look at the fact that COVID numbers are rising, and we need to help educate the populace as to why we should all be wearing masks, especially at this time when we see COVID numbers are spiking.
Let me ask you this. In January, what do you think the state legislature should do to try to bring these numbers down and get us out of this health crisis?
I think that there should be a statewide mandate on masks. There needs to be an educational push on why masks are important. We also need to address some other issues that we have here. Cities and towns need to have direct funding that has the flexibility to address the issues. We know here in the state of Arizona, only 5 municipalities got direct funding from the CARES Act. We need to have expedited financial support for our small businesses. Our county health departments need to be 100% reimbursed. The issue of unemployment needs to be addressed. $240 a week is not livable here in the state of Arizona, when we know that most rents are $1,200 to $1,500 a month. We need to have housing assistance, not only for renters, but also for property owners who have mortgages. We need to get people back to work, so we need to expedite any infrastructure projects, and we need to get serious about broadband.
I want to ask you real quick about schools right now. We know that Flagstaff will have virtual learning through the first week of January. You're a mom right now. Talk to the parents out there. Do you think that more schools need to go to virtual learning?
I know that it's extremely hard with parents right now. Many parents are still having to go to work, having their kids in front of a computer. There's the mental health issues. There's everything bundled. This is really a stressful time. And so I don't want to downplay, the sacrifice that our parents are having to make with their kiddos at school. But when we look at the rising cases of COVID, one of the issues we all need to be aware of is that we need to be in masks. We need to be in masks. We need to be social distancing. We need to be washing our hands. We need to do everything we can to eliminate this issue so we can get back on track and go back to a different sense of normal.
All right, Mayor Coral Evans of Flagstaff. Mayor Evans, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. Come back anytime. Take care. Thank you, Mayor.